Hello again, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ermina, also known as Reverend Tutu, and this is Clearwater Wellness Life's channel. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that resonates deeply with many sensitive free spirits. We gravitate toward this, and it has to do with simplicity. Now, you may know it as detachment. You may have heard it from many spiritual systems about letting things go so that you can embrace more of who you are. Well, while this may sound a little bit painful at first, the actuality is we really cannot be on this plane, on this planet, on this small plan without having a healthy ego. So, for most of us, the option of completely becoming egoless is really not something that we can apply day to day. We need it for protection, we need it for interaction with each other, we need it to be able to. Have relationships on this planet and to also be safe in many instances. Now, depending on the level or where you are in your spiritual journey or spiritual advancement, there are different things that you might need. There are those individuals that are out here who actually are here to release all attachment to the material. That is not most people. In my experience, I think that it is a very small percentage of people who are on this plane who are doing that. The rest of us are here to do more of a balance work, which is to find a balance between what we have become attached to as a result of past trauma and drama and ancestral baggage, and to also um, embrace some things that are new to us. So let us go ahead and talk about this in more detail. Now, our fast paced society often pulls us in different directions, sort of urging us to keep going with the hustle and bustle. And for sensitive free spirits, the noise can be deafening, the pace can be too rapid. The call to embrace simplicity is not just a suggestion for us, it's a sanctuary. It's a way to find peace and to be in the quietness of our own existence. But simplicity I'm talking about is not just about the space, it's about the home for our divine self. It's about this home. It's about the temple. It's about you. We're not talking about deprivation, denial, or even removal of everything. We're talking about finding joy within yourself. Let me explain. Growing up, we started out by being told our name. That's one of the first things most children learn is who are you? You learn to say your name. And we grow attached to this name even before we know who we are. We define ourselves by this particular name. And a lot of things you may end up attaching to this name may actually not be who you really are. The name is a way for interaction with each other. Without a name, people wouldn't know how to address you, right? So you're called Sarah because that's how people can differentiate Sarah from somebody else. But are you really Sarah? Or is Sarah who you're becoming? Now, this may sound like I'm asking more questions and providing answer, but that is part of the reflective or reflection that we do in Insightful Journeys, which is where Eight Little White Lies come from. Eight Little White Lies is eight things that you were told from the moment you come to this existence that you attach yourself to, that we attach ourselves to, and believe so strongly that to be without it may make us feel as if we are empty. And what I'm here to invite you to consider is that these things are just put upon you as part of you building a person or personality in order for you to interact in this world. But in essence, they are not you. You existed before the name Sarah. You existed before you were given the name John, Peter, whatever your name might be. That existence is who you are, is what you are rediscovering. It's what you are re engaging with. So, for a brief moment, contemplate as if what would you be or who would you be without the name that you have? One of the things you might find in some traditions, names will change as people uh, evolved or they practice a new system or they get initiated, they'll get a new name. Or in some traditions, names are so important that they'll actually be created, divine, sourced, and all that way before the child is even born. And if when the child is born, the name will actually be orchestrated to make sure it fits the future that this child is here to embody. So, are you your name, the name that you have now, or are you more than that, or something else? Just contemplate that. The next little white lie is your age. Are you your age? Are you ageless? We know that there are many dimensions that coexist. That's what we've been told. Personally, I have experienced out of body, I've had an out of body experience, so I do say from my own experience, yes, there are multi dimensions that exist simultaneously, and we can move through these experiences at will when we are at a certain level of vibration and frequency, both matter and sound, etc. Right? But that aside, are we our age? Or is this body just this body has an age? Right? So think about this as you reflect on the things that you want to get done by a certain age, or things that you didn't do by a certain time, or things that you feel like you left behind, you shoulda, coulda, woulda. Is it really impossible? Is it really, could there be a probability that you could do some of these things? Now, I'm not saying all of it is possible, and maybe all of it is possible. I don't know. I'm not trying to answer that for you. What I want you to do is to contemplate again. Are you your age? Are you this 18-year-old that you think you are, or you're much older than that, but in a body of an 18-year-old? Or are you this 75-year-old, or are you much younger than that in this body of 75 years old? So contemplate that. Another very obvious little white lie is our bodies. Are we this body? And in most instances, especially in cases where the body is objectified, as if it's supposed to look a certain way and do certain things at a certain age and certain times and all of that. If you don't do it by this period, you can't do it again, and so on and so forth. Um, are we really this body, or is there much more going on beyond this? And we know sometimes we refer to our arms as if it's a possession. This is my arm, right? As if it's a possession by something or someone or a being or an entity beyond this body. And if you're not this body, then what exactly are you? Sometimes we also define ourselves by our talents and our skills. We've been told that if you are a singer, then you are a singer and you can't be anything else. You're a great singer, or you're a great dancer, or you're intellectual, you're a great scientist, you're a great mathematician, or you're this, you're that, as if there are limits to what you can be within those talents. Now, there probably are some limitations because we do reside in time and space, and there's only so much we can learn within time and space, given that we do have to rest the physical body. But even with that being said, are we really our talents, or are we limited by our talents and skills, or is there much more than that? If you were to let go of whatever it is that you're being defined at, oh, that's the girl who can sing, that's the boy that can play sports, or whatever it is, who would you be without those things? That's something else to contemplate. Another way that we limit ourselves is through the roles that we're here to play. I don't know how many times I've seen um, videos or articles or things about if you're the third child, you're going to behave this way, or if you're the first child, you're going to behave this way, or if you are born in a certain part of the world, you're going to behave that way, and so on and so forth. There are all these different things that are put upon us that make us act a certain role. If you're a mother, you're going to be in a certain way. If you're a father, if you're a sister, brother, if you are a manager, if you are a employee, if you're a owner or you're an entrepreneur versus somebody, or a businessman versus somebody who is an employee. There's all these different roles that restrict who and what we can be in life. And if you're a sensitive free spirit, one of the things that you tend to want to do is go outside those boundaries. And you find those boundaries extremely restrictive. And you wonder, why is it that I have to be this way? Why do I have to be that way? Can I be something else? Or we might embrace those things so much that the moment they're taken away, let's say the job is lost, okay, lose a job, or uh, you lose the role that you're playing in a family. Instead of being the favorite one, you're not the favorite one anymore. Like, how do you continue life when the parts of you were told that you were have now been removed? Are you your roles, or your roles just roles that you play? Before we continue, I want to make sure I invite you to subscribe to this new channel, and to also make sure you push that notification button so that you are updated whenever we load a new video. Now, the other little white lie that I wanted to talk about is one of the ones that's very sensitive, and that is your family, your ethnicity, your tribe, or your nation. I group all those together because they kind of relate to each other somewhat, not always. But are you your ethnicity? Are you your tribe? Are you your nation? Are you your family? So sometimes I see people refer to their family as if that's who they are. You know, we are the um, Mentos. We are the, um, you know, Johns. We are the Peters. We are the whatever the name might be. And that connection makes us feel as if we are part of this world. It makes us feel as if we have belonging. But what happens when that is removed? Do we still belong? If you are not part of this family, do you still belong on this plane? Same thing with ethnicity. What if you have so many different ethnicities within you that it's hard for you to actually know where you belong, right? So that's another lie. We are not our families. We are not our ethnicities. We are not our tribes. We are not our nation. Now, I want to be clear about this. We are not these things, but do we need to affiliate with these things in order for us to live on this plane and to live well? And that's the question we're going to answer. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. And if you have any questions or topic suggestions that you think might be useful, that someone like me might be able to help you, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. Until the next time, take care and keep shining.